Okay, hello everybody. I am Conquering History Games, and welcome to the 13th, lucky number 13, Wallace's America live stream here in Hearts of Iron for the New Order. So, yes, a couple of you already said I'm late. Sorry, I'm like 30 seconds late. But OBS was doing an update, and I have been complaining a lot about OBS, how it's practically become malware. So I went, you know what? Can't make it worse. So I updated it real quick before we got started. So hopefully it's, better. Actually, hold on. I pretty much always have my Task Manager app open constantly whenever I stream these days to kind of see how much CPU the OBS is burning. But the good news is also I think that I've got the desktop audio fix, because before, remember I kind of patched it up last time, but now it's actually for sure working the way it was before. That was pre-update though thing. So Rusky3 says, "Wholesome America." I know. Here in Wallace's America, we believe in freedom. Now, for those of you who didn't catch the previous streams, we did. Oh, that's right, the friggin' crisis. But we did it. Now we're just in Gravy Town. Everything after this is just extra. We finally passed universal segregation, not just in the South. There was a little bit of confusion there. This is not saying that we've enforced just in the South. The entire country, Hawaii, Alaska, California, North Dakota, Virginia, Florida, Texas, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, every single state in the Union has mandatory universal segregation. We've crossed the Rubicon and done the unthinkable. We have forced school segregation on every state in the Union. Blacks and Northern progressives are furious at this new oppression, and even many of his supporters believe he may have gone too far this time. Wallace won on a states' rights platform, and this new act flies in the face of the entire concept of state autonomy. Mass rallies are already forming in northern cities, and outbreaks of racial violence are being reported across the country as Yakiite vigilantes attempt to make quote-unquote citizens' arrests on black children as they go to class. Was it worth it, Mr. President? Now, here's the thing. The oil crisis just happened, and the oil crisis is interesting. It's important, don't get me wrong. But you're going to see me deal with that in my pre-recorded USA campaign. And the purpose of this particular campaign is that we're looking at the localization of George Wallace more than anything. So, what we're going to do, and this was suggested by people last time. I didn't come up with this idea myself. We're going to focus autocomplete the entire oil crisis just so we can get moving on this other stuff. So the focus tree is going to change now. Remember, whenever you're doing focus autocomplete, turn it off right after you're done with it, because unless they changed it, focus autocomplete also does that for every other nation in the world. So things can get really weird really fast if you're not careful. So, set pause, go to midnight. Focus tree should change now. Here we go, New Republic. Well, anyway, the crisis is over. Now we can continue working. So, we're going to threaten action. Hey there, Darkseid. Good to see you. We have made clear that this administration will not stand idly by... Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, there's people who are not... Oh, Darkseid 1000, you missed the last one. So remember, everybody, if you missed one of my live streams, I have a master live stream playlist that I try to always keep every single live stream in there. But I also, whenever I'm doing something like this, where it's a series of live streams, I have them in their own separate playlist. So there's also a Wallace's America playlist in my created playlist lists on my channel if you go there. Okay, so yeah, so basically a lot of states are trying to not do segregation because, like, why are you trying to force us to do this? And then so we're going to activate the National Guard to make sure that black kids aren't going into the white schools. I'm sure all of this is going to go very, very well. Thank you, Patriotic Brit. Oh, and also, I don't remember if I did this last time or the stream before, but we also have 0 monetary debt. Yeah, momentary embolism. The effects of the oil crisis are reduced. So one thing that's kind of annoying, and I'm going to discuss this when I do my oil crisis stuff in the pre-recorded, and I go into detail here. But basically, I think that once you finish the tree, and if there's certain other circumstances at play, the oil crisis should just go away. Just saying. Okay. Anyway, let's all move on with our lives. I go into detail in my thing. I rant about it plenty. We're not going to do that now. So yeah, the RD is just going to completely sweep this Senate race that's coming up. Yeah, reducing the effects of the oil crisis, the Earth bleach. The Wheel of Ages turns once again. Yeah, zero debt, goose egg debt, and then meanwhile Alexander Hamilton's rolling in his grave, just no, we need a debt, no! And then Wallace is just standing over his grave and going, just you wait. And then you hear the buckle coming undone, just you wait. Drops his pants, just you wait. And then drops a deuce right on the grave. Really, really fucked up and kind of rude. What is this? The Stockholm Conference. Interesting. So it looks like Borman is approaching us and wants to figure out like a nuclear detente thing. Okay. Huh. The Americans wanted the Germans to consent to give their president a direct line to the Fuhrer for quick action in times of crisis. The German delegation quickly began to discuss the matter amongst themselves. How will the Germans respond? Okay. The oil crisis is going to continue in TNO 2. Oh, okay, well then there's our answer. But, yeah, never mind. So then is TNO 2 confirmed or what? Wait. Actually, they used the army and police to force mixed schooling as neither blacks nor whites wanted it. It was called forced busing. Okay, well, we're going to pass over what you're saying here for a second to just say I thought you were talking about in the game. No, in the game, where I'm just... yeah, we're just going to skip that. Anyway, but basically in the game, what's happening right now with threatening action is that we're using the army to force the schools to stay segregated. Okay. The Germans are delaying a hotline installation. Why is this an issue of debate? Who cares? It's just... You know what it was? It's because remember the last time that we talked to Borman on the phone as George Wallace, we really were roasting him pretty bad. He's probably afraid that we're going to call him on the direct line all the time, you know, especially when we're banging his mama. So, yeah. We have to insist on a direct line. Stockholm Conference has failed. Yeah, why would... Seriously, what a mess. Okay, so we lost... Okay, the conference is over. Yeah, Borman does fear Wallace. So who's canonically the president in TNO 2? Because TNO 2 is going to start in 72? Yeah, the conference lasted 2 seconds. Yeah, what a thing to end the conference over. So Wallace's people go in there, and they're just like, hey, you know how like us and the Japanese are able to avoid nuclear war by having a direct line? Because maybe sometimes we don't need to go through a bunch of translators, and then my Secretary of State has to call your Secretary of State, and that also requires translators. Maybe I could just, pick up the phone and say, hey, is this your shrimp boat running around off the coast of Washington, D.C.? I need to know before I throw a nuke at it. It's LBJ? In 72? Wait. So then when does he run? Because doesn't he run in 64? So he would win in 64, he'd win in 68. Or is it like, does he become like the FDR where he's just so popular that he could keep going until he dies in terms of terms? We don't know who's the president. Oh, you guys are still figuring it out. Okay, that's fine. Do what you gotta do. Hold on. So anyway, yeah, so, and then the Germans are going, no, this is unacceptable, we can't do it, goodbye! Yeah, patriotic break, yeah, I don't think there's term limits either, because I've talked about this several times. FDR was not president in this timeline, so why would there be term limits? Because the term limit stuff is basically enacted in response to FDR. Which I remember when we were learning about that in high school, I had one teacher who was saying, you know, that probably hurt the Republicans over the decades more than anything, because he was saying, like, if it wasn't for Watergate, Nixon probably would have gotten a third term if he wanted. Reagan definitely could have just kept running until he died. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see here. Emperor, you're not a dev, you're speaking for my no. Oh, okay. What is your favorite Western warlord? Well, I've said this before. I haven't really played them all. The only ones I've played is... who have I played? I did Aryan Brotherhood. I did Sablin. And then, didn't I do another one? Wait, did I? Actually, I think I haven't. I think it's only been those two. Let's see. Bella Torren says TNO 2 will be post-NPP President America, but which NPP president has won is unknown, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But, you know, you got to understand why the Republicans did it, because it was the Republicans who pushed for the term limit amendment. Because, like, think about it. If you... Wait, let me double check when that passed. Okay. I don't want to get the year wrong. So the 22nd Amendment was passed by Congress in 1947. And it took a few years to get ratified because then it has to go to the states and stuff. But okay, so 1947. At that point, there had not been a Republican in the White House since the first 3 months of 1932. So it had been 15 years by then since there were Republicans in the White House. Like, can you imagine that today? One of the parties, either party, Republican or Democrat, staying in the White House that long? That's almost 2 full terms worth. So no wonder they say, like, we got to pass some term limits, so that way if they have some super charismatic person again, we can at least, you know, they'll get term limited out. Okay. Patriotic break, conquering history games, maybe because the Republicans are the dominant wing of the RD, it may have been brought in the 1950s. Oh, you mean in this timeline? No, I'm talking about in real life right now. Bomber Monkey says TNO has no NPP presidents. TNO 2 will 72 start. Well, you know what? Let's just... Whenever it happens, it'll happen. Just... We can speculate, but I sure don't want to be accused of, like, putting pressure on the devs. Like, hurry up with this! You know, I'm sure whatever it is, it's going to be fun, it's going to be nice. The polls are updated. Huh. Okay, so in a few months here, we're going to see, freaking, the Zhukov versus the Regency, aka Reds versus Whites, Russian Civil War 2, Boogaloo, stuff. But wow, 10 years of content starting from 1972, so they can go into the early 80s. That really opens up a lot of interesting characters to pop up. Of course, the NPP campaign is uninspired, because we're just getting spanked in the ass right now. National Progressive Party has collapsed. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Awfully British says, I hate how mods are starting to have official timelines. It ruins the whole aesthetic of pick your own path. Well, no, then it's just creating, like, you could just play TNO1 and do that. And then you know what? I bet you there'll be people who make sub mods who do stuff like I don't know, they put different people in charge of Russia or whatever. Like, hey, if you don't like it, make your own mod, bro. Anyway. I thought this was supposed to just invest half of it. Whatever. Jim Crow's crutch. Our efforts, President Wallace's efforts, the administration's efforts, everyone's efforts to provide the citizens of America with a greater voice and choice in the direction of their lives within the United States has not been fought for in vain. Hold on. No. Okay. Consistently, the federal government has taken up way too much power for themselves without feeling concern for the average American. But throughout all of our efforts, we have secured each and every right possible for the American citizen in a bloody, exhausting war of attrition against the strong opposition of freedom within the United States. Even now, after all we have done to serve them as the leaders of the country, the unyielding liberals in the North poke and prod, calling President Wallace Jim Crow's clutch. Excuse me, in an effort to portray backwardness rather than our administration's upholding of freedom and tradition. Is it not right? Have we not worked to simply try to maintain American society's morals and rights for the individual? Maybe. So while we build anticipation for this final focus to be finished, I think that it is time for us to read the Justin Trudeau fanfiction. We're still in the middle of Chapter 3, people. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this, because this is only going to take a minute. We're going to finish Chapter 3, and then we'll go back to the game. So, we just did the Heimlich maneuver thing over at the restaurant. Now we're back in the car. Back at the car, Justin Trudeau seemed genuinely shaken. You're touched by his concern, and you try to reassure him by explaining you were only pretending to choke. But instead of congratulating you on your quick thinking, he gets really mad. What do you mean pretending to choke is your signature move? He demands, his face red with anger. I just mean it's my signature move, the way your signature move is that thing where you balance yourself on a table. You know what I mean, right? Look, I have a photo in my wallet. Hey, Shotfall Drive, good to see you. You say, reaching for your wallet. Don't try to change the subject, he snaps. I don't see what the big deal is, you sigh. I pretend to choke all the time. It's a great way to get out of awkward or boring situations. You add, giving him a helpful life tip. I thought you were actually choking, he shouts. You scared the hell out of me. You have to promise to never do that again. No deal, you say, because you're a tough negotiator. If it wasn't for fake choking, I probably never would have been elected. Which is true. You pretended to choke during 3 different debates, twice to get out of answering a difficult question, and once because you just thought it was going on a little long. I'm starting to think this whole thing was a mistake, he says, almost to himself. You feel a little scared in your stomach, a little sick to your stomach. Has Hot Dog Night betrayed you again? Or are you just scared that you're about to lose your fake boyfriend and all of the free breakfast sandwiches that come along with having a fake boyfriend? And Shotfall Drive is out. Anyway. Our goal tonight was for people to see us together, right? Oh, wait, no, excuse me. Our goal tonight was for people to see us together, right? You argue. And that's exactly what happened. Everyone in the restaurant saw us together. Guess that's technically true, he says grudgingly. Plus, you looked like a hero. I can see the headlines now. Trudeau doesn't choke under pressure. Prime Minister performs Heimlich maneuver on beautiful and mysterious woman. Wow, were you a headline writer in a previous life? He asks dryly. But you could see the hint of a smile on his face. Yes, you say, because you did used to be a headline writer. Okay, so we're learning more of our character's background. So she not only used to be a hero astronaut American, she was also a headline writer at some point before she got elected to the Canadian Parliament. Look, he says, his expression turning serious again. If we're going to do this, I need to be able to trust you. He maneuvers his car into a spot in front of your building and then turns to face you. You can't pull stunts like that without talking about it with me first. So do you have any other signature moves I should know about? No, you say, wondering if faking your own death counts. Okay then, he says, one side of his mouth turns up in an adorable lopsided smile. Are you free on Saturday? Yes, you say, grinning wildly. You're surprised by how relieved you feel. For a second there, you feel certain he was going to break up with you. Then he'd make you give back his 2018 Polio Eradication Champion award, and you would no longer be the Polio Eradication Champion. You continue staring into each other's eyes for a long moment. Are you going to get out of my car? he finally asks. Then you have to get out of his car, because it would be awkward not to. End of chapter 3. Okay, now that we've built up some anticipation, let's get working back on this focus. Jim Crow's crutch. Yeah. Trudeau has joined the chat. What is all the verify your croc thing? What's going on here? God is dead. We killed him. Alright. So I'm not sure what's going to happen after Jim Crow's crutch. Once that's done, it's not going to quite be... it's not going to be quite election day. Now I'm noticing it says here... Our efforts, President... Oh, wait, no. It says here, George, you did it. You've saved America. So, does that mean we're going to finally get rid of the negative Malthus? Or actually, did we do that already? Wait, why is whites only on here twice? Do you guys see that? Is this a bug? Wait, the American Way, A New Dawn, Universal Segregation. Okay, got it. Yeah, defeat is just a dying memory. Trudeau fanfic with Burgundian characteristics. What is going on, guys? Have you noticed we're going really slow right now? Oh, man. Freaking OBS. Let me check my task manager. No, it's not the OBS. We're just going slow. I'm not sure why. Are there wars going on? The RD runs a respectable campaign. Of course they did. Of course they did. They're just going to completely flatten us here in a minute. Okay. This seems to be helping when I just zoom in on the ocean a little bit. Oh, there goes Kurdistan. The game couldn't handle Trudeau's sexiness. But seriously, what's happening? See, it goes fast here, but then once we zoom out, it gets really slow. Strange. I really... To pass the time, find a Putin fanfic. Or I could start reading chapter 4 of the George Wallace one. Actually, no, we seem to be moving along now. I guess it was just caught on something. Yeah, at TNO, it's very strange. It seems to get faster, get slower. Like right now, where are we in my Bobby Kennedy run? I think it's like 1966 or so, or 1965. It's going fine, but then from what I remember, once you get to like 1967 or so, it gets really slow. But then I was able to fix some things, and then so like it actually ends up going quicker in the 70s than it did in the 19 in the like mid to late 1960s. So I guess it just sometimes catches on stuff. Went back a small amount to the south. Are we gonna get an event or something? Yeah, RD all the way. They're gonna get 33 more seats in total, which obviously is really bad. What's the name of the fanfic page? It's on hottestheadsofstate.com. That's where we found that picture of Gorbachev when he was young. I don't know. Let's see. We've got a few months left in office. We could do some more stuff here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to have enough time to do something. Fire up the people. I don't know. I guess we'll just do who do you work for yourself, get back the blue collar vote. This won't happen before the election, though. Foolproof plan. Whatever. Just do this, I guess. Because we have 2 more years in office. So, like, no matter what the Senate says. So, what does this actually say? Now that Social Security and Medicare are out of the way, Wallace can turn his attention back to defending freedom on the home front, specifically his plans to overhaul the American welfare state and replace it with American welfare states. See, federal aid is federal tyranny. It comes with too many strings attached and became just another way for Washington to force the South to toe the liberal line. President Wallace is going to change that forever. Wallace will begin considering a revision of federal welfare laws to give states more control over how welfare funds are allocated. He could either retain some federal funding for state welfare while giving states more say over how it's spent, or he could cut the strings completely and let states fund their own welfare programs. The latter would be the purest economic expression of his defederalized vision, but may prove to be a bridge too far for rural white voters. Okay. Here we go. Can I use an executive order to just stay in power? Let's see. The mod starts to slow down because everything that's not in the game anymore, but it's still getting loaded into the RAM. Wait, what? I think... Can you make that a little more clear, Nicholas? I'm not sure I quite understood. Uninspired MPP campaign. Of course. Of course. Of course. Now, what's going to be interesting... Nah, who am I kidding? The RD is going to sweep this. What's going to happen once we get to 72? Most of the game code runs single-threaded. Yeah, they really need to do something about that, but we're like... The game came out a little over 4 years ago now, so I'm starting to think it's not going to happen. I don't know, maybe if we have a really successful year in terms of ad revenue, I might just get a new processor. Oh, the old events and decisions are still active on the RAM memory. I see. Well, remember, guys, this is not a presidential election year. But, oh my gosh, it's because the American Way thing is still there. Even though I'm technically getting more support consistently, the frickin' liberal Democrats are getting it more, so it's basically reactionary shit. What kind of CPU do I have? Hold on a second, I'm going to answer that in a second, but we have our new Senate in. How bad is it? Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It looks like we have 47 senators still. The center NPP is basically a dead party. Everybody's converting over to the Republicans. The Republicans have 45. Thank goodness they didn't get the majority, but I think even if they had gotten every single vote, they wouldn't have. And remember, the Democrats are basically working with us right now, so it's okay. Okay, so... Alright. Yeah, basically, the Republicans picked up 24 seats from a variety of areas. Yeah, four of the NPP center converted. 3 Democrats became Republicans. Okay. Alright. Okay, yeah, so somebody was asking me what kind of CPU I have. I have a AMD Ryzen 5 1600 3.2 gigahertz 6-core processor. And just, yeah. It's good. It's just been solid the whole way through. Actually, wait, no, I don't have the 6-core. I've got the 4-core one. So it's the friggin' or was it the 6-core? I don't know. I got it years ago. You know, it's gonna be 4 years soon, I think. Yeah, RD is winning in the South is bullshit. Yeah, I know. It's just it's like it's clearly something that's programmed in. Yeah, look, like Mississippi went Republican, Florida went Republican, and even though it says NPP support is high, so I think it's like, I think it's just programmed in that way. Say that 10 times or 5 times. What, that I have an AMD Ryzen 5 1400 3.2 gigahertz 6-core processor or 4-core? I actually forget. I'd probably have to look at like my Newegg, or did I order that one on Newegg or Amazon at the time? Yeah, I'd have to like go back through it. So like if I did an upgrade, it probably would be to the Ryzen 7, which I don't know what the prices are these days for like a processor. There's definitely been inflation. Like the other day, because a friend of mine was building a PC, I was just out of curiosity looking into. I looked up my old on PCPartPicker.com my old setup. And it would basically, like, first off, some of the stuff that I ordered back then, they don't make anymore. but it basically, what I would pay twice as much, more than twice as much today to build my PC. All right. Let's see. You have a 1600, yes, but you might benefit from a 5600X. You're talking about a Ryzen 5 5600X? Let me see. What do those run for these days? Oh, that's actually... No, that's not a 5600. Odd. I can't seem to find prices on a Ryzen 5 5600X. Oh, here we go. Well, it looks like a Ryzen 5 5600X 6-core 12-thread would run about the same as a 7. But I think, like, a 7 would be better, wouldn't it? Because of the, because it's got the, I don't need the more cores, I need the processor speed, although, I don't know, I'd have to look back and forth, never mind. Yeah, you know, never mind, actually, never mind. But it's not like it's some huge priority. If I was going to get a new processor, I probably would do, and actually, I think this is what I did when I was getting, did I get a new processor before? No. I'm trying to remember. A couple of years ago, I wanted to get an upgrade on the PC, but I didn't know if it was necessary or not. And it was like one of those things where I thought, okay, if I get this upgrade, it's only for the channel, so I'm gonna leave it to you guys. So I remember I did a bunch of streaming that week, and I said, look, this is the money goal. We're gonna shoot to try to get it in a week. If we get it in a week, in like super chats and whatnot, then we're gonna go for it. If not, whatever, no upgrade. So what do we got here? We got federal aid. Conservatives will dislike this. Let's do the state's own spending, just like we did with education. We only went federal for the freaking, what do you call it? We only went federal for the sake of segregation. Yeah, I need single... Yeah, I know I need higher single core speed. I don't know. It's just like, I don't think I really need it right now. Like, we're still able to get there. And look, you see, now I'm zoomed out. Look, you see, look, the game is going fast again now. And I think it probably was maybe because before it was computing the, the election or something. Or maybe it was other stuff, like things that were going on in other countries. Yeah, so as you can see, every single seat lost to Republicans. LBJ is on is running wild. You know, you'd think in this situation he might run for president in 1972. Although, when did he actually die? Like 1973? Let me look, because he had that heart attack. He died in 73 historically. But that would be interesting. Yeah, you could do like Wallace, and then he's super reactionary, so then LBJ, who's also a Southerner, is able to rally the RDs back into control. Excuse me. And then he comes into power in 72, but then he has a heart attack like right after Inauguration Day, because he died on January 22nd, 1973. Which is, so when I think that happened, Nixon was the only living president. Let's see, because yeah, Kennedy was dead, JFK was dead, I'm pretty sure Eisenhower was already dead. Hold on a sec. Truman. Hold on a sec. Let me look this up. So yeah, he stood alone for a while. Let's see here. He died in December 72. So then LBJ died like a month later. And then Eisenhower had died in 1969. Obviously FDR was dead. Yeah. Nixon was the only winning president. Yeah, Nick wins again. Yeah. Okay. So what's this talk with Republicans thing? State financial independence. Oh, right, it's a new bill. State Financial Independence Act. States have become far too babied by the likes of the federal government, wasting billions of hard-earned American dollars into unnecessary federal programs, like the thousands of infrastructure projects across the country. Thus, it's time for the State Financial Independence Act, cutting away at hundreds of the tax programs, robbing our citizens of their money. That way, we can bring the United States dollar back to the citizen who earned it, instead of funneling it towards another tax juncture that brings down our country's citizens. 5 Republican senators are cool with it, and there's room for compromise. All 6 of the Democrats support our bill, Both of our party's center senators oppose our bill. Yeah, there seemed to be no room for further compromise. All 47 of our party's far-right senators support the bill. Yeah, so we still have almost 50% with just our own senators. So we just gotta, snag a couple of them here and there. All right. Let's see. The difference between AMD and Intel on the 5000 series is now practically non-existent. Recommend is AMD. Oh, I think most people would say that for the value, AMD has been the better selection for years. In fact, I remember a few years ago, it was around when I was building my processor, they had just come out with another series, with that brand new series that had like better materials for overclocking and stuff, and people were saying, that's it, Intel's dead, Intel's officially dead. Is it? No, it doesn't matter, because yeah, people like us, like the people watching the stream, people who build our own PCs, we know that AMD is a better value in almost every situation. But is that going to do anything to stop like office buildings that have thousands of computers, all of which are going to be running on Intel? That's like saying, oh man, LibreOffice is going to finally bring down Microsoft Word. Well, we know that LibreOffice is better than the Microsoft series in most cases. As long as like universities, office buildings, federal government bureaucracies are using Microsoft, that it ain't going anywhere. 888 Alpha Ball says y'all are getting parts in this economy. No, we're just talking about parts. We're not. Nobody's getting anything. In this economy. There's this comedian I really like. He had a bit where he has a comedy bit called, or like one of his CDs is called "In This Economy," but he's just talking about saving money and stuff. It's like, do people not go to the library in this economy? I love the library, and he's just praising it. Everything's free, and I just remember there's a part where he says he once went to the library, and because he had a late fee, and it was like. She said, ooh, you have like a 45-cent late fee, sir. And then she says, did you want to just wrap that all up now or do a payment plan? And he said he couldn't believe that's all he owed. He said he wanted to just, he was tempted to just get a $20 bill and put it on the desk and said, hey, I'm covering everybody for the month. Okay. Oh yeah, the libraries in my city have been closed for months and months and months. But hey, the titty bars are open, right? Just send the kids there. Okay. SFIA frees up success in Congress. We are crying joy. Constant fighting back and forth. Americans across the country can enjoy unprecedented economic freedom without the worry of rules, regulations, and government from Washington, D.C. any longer. And then the progressives are saying President Wallace and his entire administration seek for nothing more but the abandonment of the American people because he intimidates. He's a bully. Let's see, chain no more. Yeah, you're right, 888 Alpha. Well, I've heard about that most cities are just getting rid of late fees entirely. I actually have several library books still out from my university from like... Yeah, I've had them out for a year. Because of COVID. I can't. The New Mexico's taking it much more seriously than Texas is, so I can't just go up there just to turn in a book. But I haven't been. Yeah, so I've just had these books for like a year. Let's see here. Let's see here. No more handouts. We must get rid of the idea that the federal government can replace the states in their duties. You are all responsible for your own problems. Work on your own solution to fixing them instead of begging Washington for help. Defederalization will continue. Alright. So yeah, we still have 2 years where we've got a significant chunk. Now this is going to increase the size of the socialist wing of the party, which right now is at 4%. It's kind of been hovering there for a while. Nicholas says there are some simple laptops that are coming with AMD CPUs in them. I don't think Intel can hold a monopoly on workplace system. Well, that's good, if they could crack in. Right? Isn't that supposed to be the point, right? Competition breeds innovation, breeds, it's good for the consumer or whatever. Well, then let's see that happen. And let's drive these prices down. Oh yeah, the library's fun, and for those of you who haven't been to the library in a while, well, I haven't actually, but oh, what's the New Republic focus on the tree? Oh, that's freaking where is it? Yeah, this is just oil crisis stuff. It doesn't matter. We're Wallace. We don't care about foreign affairs. Like, look, this is our foreign tree. Look at all we've done. The union makes us strong. Hey, where'd all this debt come from? We just picked up like $6 billion in debt. What? Death of a Supreme Court justice. Oh yeah, baby. Can we go for the 8-1 majority? Oh, speaking of majority, so where was the thing? Yeah, so these like two center NPP. Has anybody seen the American version of House of Cards? There's a part in the first season because he's the whip in the Congress. So he it's his job to secure the votes, and there's and they're voting on an education bill, and they know it's going to be kind of tight. So he there's a scene where he's meeting with these two dudes who are, because he's a Democrat and they're in the Democratic Party, and he goes like, "It's always nice to meet you guys. Now look, I know how it is with y'all. You guys are the liberal wing of the party, and freaking, how do I only have $5 million in liquid reserves? Wait, I'm running an annual deficit now. Why? I just cut government spending. Why are we running a deficit again? We haven't increased any spending. It's only gone lower. Because already we had been cutting it in various ways, but now we're also cutting federal spending on the states. Hold on a second. If any of the states wants to start giving handouts, they are free to do so. Just don't expect to suck up any more money from the federal government. Certainly every state should have enough money to finance its needs, and if they don't, then maybe they should think about the weird little thing known as sustainability. This will increase state autonomy, but also hurt the poorer states. Wallace's voter base will start to have second thoughts about states' rights. Like, wait, I only wanted states' rights so I could choose to not be near the people with the different color. I didn't know I'd have to pay money. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so House of Cards, the American version, yeah, so there's a part, so I'm just imagining that the whip in Congress for the MPP, like, he just assumes the center NPP aren't ever going to help him, and ever, but then there's that scene I remember where, because the vote's going to be close, and he's saying, it's like, look, you guys are the liberal wing of the liberal wing. Get a conservative option, of course. You're the liberal wing of the liberal wing. You get to vote your conscience because we have a majority, but this one's actually going to be tight. So I don't want any surprises. Those two guys, they probably have lunch together a lot, I would imagine. Yeah, you know what? I liked the American House of Cards. Definitely had its flaws, but when it was strong, it was strong. Let's see. I'm gonna try to vaguely. Yeah. So this is the part where we get hit again because we're quote unquote stacking the court, even though we're just doing legal stuff. Yeah, we're down to 22% popularity. Who are the last NPP senators? Let me check. Probably one of them is Bayard. No, Bayard Rustin's gone. Then where? Oh, where? Okay, Hubert Humphrey in Minnesota, of course. Who else? The Hump himself is eternal. Center. Looking for him. I'm not looking at the names right now. I'm just looking at the party affiliations. Oh, where could he be? I just realized I don't need to be looking at ones that are not... Oh, here we go. And Wayne Morse in Oregon. Wayne Morse. Let's look up if that's a real person. Everybody I've looked up so far has been real. Okay, so Wayne Morse was a real-life senator from Oregon, known for opposing his party's leadership. So he switched parties a few times. It looks like he was a Democrat, then he was an independent, and then he was a Republican in real life. Okay. What's going on here? Ah! Autosave! Ah! There we go. So now we can do the American worker. Hard choices and painful sacrifice had to be made, but at last all of it is paying off. We've created a new legal environment, one in which healthy business can grow while the worker can enjoy the fruits of their labor. America is now a better and more prosperous society for anybody willing to put in the work necessary. Through honest and hard work, any American can find prosperity. The National Progressive Party grows more unified. Oh, well, that's good. We can get along better with the two that are left. I know that it's a thing with the votes with the Senate that's what that's about, but yeah. Oh yeah, I love those kinds of little details. Yeah. Wallace will be kicked out. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Yeah, I'm not stacking the court. I've said this a million times, but it's still true. Supreme Court justice dies, the president gets to pick one. That's how it works. That's what I'm doing. So, I have an 8-1 lead, conservatives to liberals. Well, guess what? The American people voted me in for 2 terms of office. Oh, you get along better with the far left. Yeah. Yeah, the rest of the MPP's not allowed at the center's lunch table, so it's just McGovern and or not McGovern. It's just Humphrey and Morse at their table, and there's like 40 free seats. They're like on a huge long thing. You're right, Bayard Rustin would be segregated from the party by now. And then anytime somebody tries to seat at the super long table, they just go seats taken. It's like in Forrest Gump, it's taken, seats taken. Let's look up some other random senators to kill a little bit of time. Let's look up... Ooh, eeny, miny... Oh, no, somebody said McGovern. They think McGovern's going to run. I don't see him here. Okay, let's look... yeah, Bennett is still out in Utah. The eternal Bennett. Let's look up... who's in West Virginia here besides Byrd? Oh, no, Byrd's gone. He lost his seat. Arch A. Moore Jr. Who's that? Arch A. Moore Jr. There is a website. There's a wiki for state governments. State governments of the United States.fandom.com. Okay, so we're going to read about him here. So this Arch Moore guy was the 28th and 30th governor of West Virginia from 1969 until 1977, and from 1985 until 1989. He was a congressman from 1957 until he entered the governor's office, so he did like 12 years of that. Oh, he's still alive, actually. He's a member of the U.S. Republican Party. He ran for re-election in 1988, but was defeated by Gaston Caperton. Allegations of corruption were a major reason for his defeat. He was eventually prosecuted for corruption and pled guilty to 5 felony charges. He was sentenced to 5 years and 10 months in prison in 1990. He served over 3 years before his release. As a result of his conviction, Moore was disbarred and forfeited his state pension. In 1995, he paid a settlement of $750,000 to the state. And this is who the Republicans ran. This is who took out the Honorable Robert Burns. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Excuse me, I say Robert Burns. Robert Byrd is what I meant to say. Oh, we need new focus. We're kind of done with all the domestic stuff. I don't know what this foolproof plan thing is. Gets event, the bill keeps getting bigger. See, why were we able to do this without doing that? Let's see, what's incentivized work? This will lower the amount we're spending on unemployment subsidies. Fortunately, this will help us win back a small amount of the South. Alright. Nick Hooper says, CHG, WTF, you're live when I'm at school. Well, I thought I'd stream this Wallace campaign at a different time so other people can come in. Alright. Why don't I read the rest of the fanfic? Maybe. Yeah, impeachment. I think if the impeachment hasn't happened yet, it's not going to happen at all. I think the Republican Democrats don't have the Actually, I was going to say Jumbo Johnson probably does have what it takes to make that play, but I think when we did universal segregation, if it wasn't going to happen, it wasn't going to happen. I mean, if it didn't happen there. Let's see, what would Trump be doing right now? Would his dad still be alive? I don't don't know. I need to look into it, but I don't think Trump really hit the public scene until the 80s. Oh, I just heard an alert. Give me a second. What have we got here? Thank you very much from Ewan Somerville. So who says, I like that pretty gold super chat. How is that segregation forever going for President Wallace? Now you're looking at a divided Congress where you're not getting everything passed. Love the content, CHG. Thank you very much. Hold a sec. The conclusion of the battle for Russia. So it looks like this is about to start. Sometime this morning, an urgent message has caught the attention of the president. With 2 states left in the Soviet Union, the Russian Soviet Federative... Actually, let me answer Ewan's thing first. So, yeah, we do have the segregation forever. So when you get segregation forever, or the universal segregation, you lose 1 political power point a day. So it's like the equivalent of running an extra national focus, and it also costs you 5% stability. Now, the good news is we had a whole lot charged up, but we are losing it every day right now. And also, hold on. Also, though, this wasn't from the universal segregation, but we have the American Way national spirit on here right now, which is technically increasing our own support, but it's increasing the social liberal support faster, which means LBJ's Republicans. So they're almost at 60% popularity and are undoubtedly going to whoop my ass in the 72 Senate election, but whatever's. Okay. So anyway, basically we have to choose who we're going to help. We can say, let them fight. And goodness, I think I'm going to... Oh, well, look who cleaned up. Nikita the First. What is this? Nikita Alexandrovich Romanov, uncle of Mikhail II, and enthroned as Nikita... Wait, is this Nikita Khrushchev? Wait. Or no, different Nikita. I'm just stupid. Anyway. Enthroned as Nikita the First, Tsar of all the Russias, is a puppet. He knows this, his ministers know it, his generals who hold his strings tightly most certainly know it. And yet he is content. Born in the waning days of the old empire, he well remembers as a young man only narrowly escaping the fate of many of his relatives. Initially, settling in Paris, he continued his education at Oxford, married and had children, and continued his life as best as he was able. But he never forgot the land that he considered his family's birthright, and during the 1920s and 30s was very active in immigrant monarchist circles. During the Second World War, he initially watched the collapse of the Soviet Union with glee, but the establishment of the Reichskommissariats and the brutal infighting among the Russian statelets that followed, he was sure that monarchism in Russia was dead and gone. But then he received an invitation to Chita. He had heard that his nephew Mikhail had been installed as Tsar by a clique of old white army officers and hoping for a political appointment, he accepted, flying him and his family to the frigid Serbian city. There he found 2 things: disappointment and a friend in Boris Shepunov, the most powerful member of the clique following the old Ataman's death. All of that changed, however, when Mikhail overplayed his hand. Nikita does not know the specifics, but he knows that Mikhail is gone for good, exiled back to Australia, and that Shepunov selected him to be the army's figurehead Tsar. In truth, Nikita would like to have power, but he saw what happened to Mikhail, and if signing whatever ship-off in the military put in front of him allows him to re-establish even illusory Romanov control over Russia, then he is content to do so. Yeah. Zukov is pro-FN. Yeah, I think we've discussed this before. We are going to go with Zukov. So the Russian... Oh, I heard another alert, but I don't see it in the chat now. But there it is. Mad Beast Yeti, thank you very much for the donation. It says, if you lose the next presidential election of the Republicans, will I keep going? Maybe. You know what I'm actually considering doing, because I made a save file of it earlier, as some of you may remember, of Barry Goldwater. So we might do his presidential run. Also, I don't exactly know how, but maybe we could do Yawkey, we could do Hall. I don't know. I know that Yawkey and Hall both only have like 100 days worth of content, but you know, we could check them out, you know, teaser trees and whatnot. So we're going to say the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic clearly is the better choice. Yeah, this is one of the 2 Russian warlords that I'm considering doing next. It's going to depend on a couple of things, and you know what? I'm probably going to schedule it way ahead of time, or like announce it on my community tab, but on Friday at a time to be determined, I'm going to have a state of the channel stream where I'm just going to talk about where the channel is now, what the game plan is. Sorry. Freaking Bomber Monkey Yak and Ball torture. Gosh. So anyway, the yeah, so I might continue playing, you know, just so we can check out some of these smaller trees. That way, instead of doing an entire campaign of them. Hold on. Uh-oh, don't crash. Oh, we crashed. I just told it not to. Hold on a second. Alright. Let me see here. Black League Remnants. There we go. Ewan Somerville says, John Glenn is running in 72. The Republicans have a super majority among the RDs. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. This happened before. We'll just go back in and hit the autosave. We're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Here, let's play some music. Let's play some music to kill some time. Oh, whoop! What was that? Another alert? Oh, that was that the Ewan one. Oh, sorry, man. You're not seeing your little things enter the cognac glass right now. Or wait. Yeah, there it is. That's something. Okay. Hold on. Quickly, play happy music! Happy music to distract! There we go. Thanks for the donations, everybody! Oh, Sherman says, do a Republic of West Alaska run with Mad Lad Werebell. I don't even know that was a thing. Do you guys want me to sing it instead? Okay. Give me a second. Let me pull up the lyrics. How's it go? It's like, oh boy, can't you see what I do? Wait, it goes, it's that song from Rosario Vampire. You know, yeah, we'll just sing it so that way it's not clashing with the thing. Boy, can't you see what I do to get your attention and your time? I don't bear these fruits for just anyone. They bounce for you. Aha! I won't let go of the hope that one day your heart could be all mine. So I'll play it cool, be smooth, strike a sexy pose and wait for you to see. Notice me. But then again, it seems you're such a shy boy, scared to look my way when I'm trying to show you I care. Yahoo, yahoo, sun, 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 think of us together under parasols, lying on the beach without a care at all. And I'll be whispering sweet nothings in your ear. No, 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 no one else could ever love you more than me. I love you so much that it's embarrassing. Don't you see? Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't want to give these melons of mine a squeeze. All right. Let's see. Ban Bomber Monkey for his hideous sentences. So the Republic of West Alaska. So it's not even all of Alaska. It's full Alaska, or just Western. It's not full Alaska. It's, I don't know. Yak and Ball Hall torture sounds blurst. Imagine living under it. This beats the hell out of CHG ASMR. Is this the CHG outro? Lucas Santos says, this is the first time I found this channel, and the first thing I hear is this guy singing This Is Bass, Not Gonna Lie. The CHG anime outro. No, that's not the outro song. That's the trying to get the protagonist song. That's like, you do that mid-episode. Oh, West Alaska is Magadan. Oh, right. Yeah, Outer Heaven is definitely one of the ones that I'm considering, which you guys, I've been hearing in some of the other live streams that, also, thank you very much for all of the donations. I'm really sorry that I had to have you on the transition screen for a couple of those, so you weren't able to see the cognac glass fill. But, It is always nice to see it filled. Wait a minute. Whoops. Yeah, my little tip cognac glass. Thank you very much for those of you who fill it. Couldn't do this without you. Let's see here. What was I saying? So yeah, I'm glad you guys like the song. It's a happy song. And then you got. Then do you guys know the rest of it? The part then when the witch comes in. It goes how does it go? It's freaking what's the song? But it's because so those of you who haven't seen it, it's like the song I just did is the one sung by the succubus, but then the witch comes in and she's like this little petite chick, and so how does her song go? It's like, when you look at me, you think you see a little girl. Hold on, let's make a save file because I don't know if maybe selecting this is what's causing the crash. It goes like, when you look at me, you think you see a little girl. Fragile to handle, so you handle with care or something. But it's like, but I try, but still, you never notice me. I don't remember the rest of it until you get to the end. And then it's like, magical, 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 magical. I tried so hard to get you under my cell. Magical, 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 magical. You will be mine, or something. Am I at war? No. Connor says, I've missed too much to actually know what the fuck happened. The Iranian Civil War is going on. So here is a free-for-all. Okay, guys, you guys want a war? Well, you got it. And I just friggin... and here I just started the freaking military austerity spending, but... we can come over here and start working on the Iranian Civil War, if you guys like. And after we're done with incentivized work, there's really nothing else to do. Connor, oh, this is your first episode? You haven't been in any of the Wallace streams? What? Are you serious? Wow. Well, shoot, can somebody catch him up? You know what? Here's all you need to know. We did it, America. Then there's been no consequences. We've enacted universal segregation. Did I lose or win in Africa, Indonesia in this run? I won them both. Although Africa I pulled out immediately. Questioning the dream. Yeah, so it's basically... actually, didn't we have this event before? But basically people are... the American dream's not so great right now. Everybody's having a rough time. Yeah, Charlotte, I did get universal segregation. I just said that. But I also won in Indonesia, so then we're gonna try to help out in Iran. Let's see here. Bomber Monkey, I think you may have just named the stream when I try out Hall and Yaki. Yeah, I pulled out immediately from Africa. Like the day one, I was just out. So we're gonna go try to help them. Basically, it's the imperial state right now against everybody. Wow. All these male-dominated sections of Iran dogpiling on the woman. That's the patriarchy at work. That's sexism. Guys, we're going to help the imperial state of Iran because we're going to be very woke right now. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's a bunch of Irans here. There's Imperial Iran, Socialist Iran, Democratic Republic Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, which is, you know, everybody's favorite Ayatollah, Shahdom of Iran, and the Baluch Liberation Front. Or Baluchi. My dad pulled out quicker, though, and yet you're here. Oh, you mean pulled out of your life. Oh, man. We will now be able to assist the liberals in the Civil War and will unlock Iran's Civil War decisions. Wallace is authoritarian democratic. The imperial state usually wins the war? Really? But they're so outnumbered. Thank you very much, Mad Beast Yeti, who says, Wallace simpin' for the Empress. Hey, look, I'm just saying historically his wife was dead by now. Wallace is single. Life does not forgive weakness. Oh, that was some fun-sounding music. Is the second night of Long Knives a party? Is it a fun time? There's the alert for Mad Beast. Yep. Into the cognac glass. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Clink, clink, clink. Alright. The Empress is hot, not gonna lie. I don't know, I'm usually not too into the women having their air up. It can work. It can work, though. Plus, you know, it's good to have your air up when you're going down. Never mind. I'm just saying it's better for them. It's more comfortable. So, passing the Iranian aid bill, we're going to invest $100 million into them. We've got some political power, and I think now we can actually send volunteers. No, we cannot actually. Hold on. We might have to do another. American aid inbound. It's going to take 2 weeks. Well, you know, there's no rush. Right now, they're all dogpiling the Imperial State. Wallace is... America, I'm single and ready to mingle, and I'm going to segregate so many women from their virginity. Anyway. Foreign gear. Look, I'm just saying, if you had long hair, you probably would want to, you know, tie it back when you're gonna... Look, reciprocation is important in any relationship, and that means in every aspect. Okay, so we're gonna move on now. See, Sir Devonair says, dirty jokes are my bit. Clearly, you've never seen Kirby in my Breath of the Wild playthroughs. Hot Arabian meal for the day. Yeah, she's Persian! Ray! Yeah, I'm gonna send volunteers, but I can't yet, Bomber. And I don't think it's over here yet either. I can increase NPP unity. I don't know. Is that gonna get the left on my side? I don't think so. Inconce's self and washer. Oh, so the word of the day, by the way, is iliteracy. Apparently, because so I don't want to get talking about modern politics too much. Like let's be careful here. I'm just going to talk about how this is a word. Alacrity is what I meant to say. Alacrity. You're going to hear the term alacrity a lot over the next few days, I think, because that guy Adam. This is real life now. I'm talking about the United States. The representative Adam Schiff. He was the one who was basically the prosecutor during the first President Donald Trump impeachment trial. He was doing an interview on Good Morning America this morning, and he was just discussing the possibilities of a second impeachment and whatnot. And the only thing people are talking about is because he used the term alacrity, which is a 400-year-old word. It was invented by Shakespeare. And so, only thing I see people talking about is like, did he just say alacrity? Did he do... So prepare to hear that word a lot over the next week. It's going to be everybody's word of the week. But let's not talk about actual modern politics. I'm just talking about the word, and that's really funny. I'm just saying we're going to see. It's going to be one of those things that it's just going to end. It's just going to enter the consciousness. Let's see. Gaming Master says, how did you get the normal interface on TNO? There's a sub mod for it. It's called like Vanilla UI for TNO. Let's see. Bring back Shakespearean English. Have you guys ever read the or heard about the Pulp Fiction Shakespeare Pulp Fiction project that somebody did? It's just you know, it's like it's an iambic pentameter, and like they're using that kind of language. So let me try to find it. This is something like this was made like 8 years ago or something. Alright, hold on. Whoops. I'm trying to find the language. Shakespeare's Pulp Fiction. Yeah. So like, you know the scene where they're talking about a cheese royale? There's a part where they go, here, I found, where they go, and knowest thou what the French name cottage pie? Say they not cottage pie in their own tongue? But nay, their tongues for speech and taste alike are strange to ours with their own history. Gaul knoweth not a cottage from a house. What say then, pray? Hatch's Parameter. Hatch's Parameter? What name thy cream? Cream is but cream, only they say le creme. What do they name black pudding? I know not. I visited no inn. It could be bought. So, yeah, there's people who've done, like, the whole thing. Let's see here. We got military advisors in Iran. We could do... Yeah, that'll help them out. American loans, CIA advisors. Yeah, let's we gotta send them equipment, I think. Let's see here. Let's see. Triple Eight Alphabet says, "Peace out. I'll lead you to try and find Wallace and Aryan Bride." Ah, but doth the Iranians not be the original? Iranians be the original? Tongue twisted. Sorry. Oh yeah, Ba'athist Iraq one. Ahmed Hassan al-Bakr is in charge now. There's also an Arabian Republic. I'm not sure what actually causes that. Did Yemen beat them back and they installed a new government? The United Arab States. I really don't even know. Grand strategy, the Iranian war. Oh yeah, I have not sent my volunteers yet. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, let's do that ASAP. We can send 3 airborne units now. We'll send the Screaming Eagles, the All-Americans, and the Blood Diamonds. There we go. And I segregate Himmler from his nukes. Yeah, the Arab Republic is... Yeah, that's what I figured. The Dhofar Rebellion is still alive, facing Oman. Under Layla Fakhru. Ooh, it's a little chilly here. Oh, a sec. Let me get a hoodie on. Ooh, I'll wear my NASA hoodie. Because I don't think Glenn can run in 72, but he's still based, so we'll represent him. Hold on. I'll tell you what, though, my NASA hoodie, I'm genuinely considering just taking the sleeves off of this and, you know, having just one of those sleeveless hoodies, which, you know, is pretty good, you know, when you got boulder shoulders like me, but you're still cold. But it's because I got it I ordered it from like a third party, and so it was made in like Pakistan, so the material's not too great. So the sleeves have been fraying where they join it at the shoulder to the main part of the hoodie. So I'm really considering just like undoing it and just having a sleeveless hoodie. Didn't the Screaming Eagles die in Indonesia? The men may die, but the division lives on. It's like the Marine Corps. One, two, three, four. I love the airborne. Yeah, that also might have been in my other run. Yeah, but certain divisions, you just rename them. You just create them all over again when they die. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We are off to Tehran. Marines eat crayons, can you confirm? Well, I wasn't in the Marines, but one of my best friends was, and he would confirm yes. You know, when in a pinch, when a Marine doesn't have an MRE, he just has like a box of Crayola and he's all right. Okay, Iranian men need to die for freedom. So this is just basically us saying we're going to send more equipment than men. Besides, we got plenty of men over there. So let's send them guns and support equipment. And why not? Let's try to unify the NPP. Why the F not? Is an anti-royal thought war. Jesus. How harsh. Boy, you want to talk about simping. I have lost track of how many times I sometimes see on the internet, like, hey, take a look at Iran before the Islamic Revolution, and it's just a picture of like some women in a bikini or something, and it's just like, you can talk about freedom of expression, and you know, there's that conversation to be had, but in reality, it's just people simping over, you know, hot Iranian women and going like, we need to bring democracy back. Hold on a sec. Oh my god, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. It was just it was a freaking telemarketer. Because that number had called me earlier today, I thought, oh wait, maybe this is actually a phone call I'm supposed to be answering. Because like, if they're calling me twice, but no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay, everybody hold, except for you. You come up here to sorry. Gamer Iran. Wait, which one's Gamer Iran? We've got like 6 Irans.
Let them have it.
Let's see here. But hey, you know, hot women, that's how you really end racism. Like my father, I'm not going to discuss what my ethnicity was, but was or is, because I guess it could change with the way I said that sentence. You know, it's like it's going to be like gender. You could change your ethnicity on an hourly basis, really. Anyway, so my father, when he was younger, he lived in one part of the United States and then he moved to a different one. And when he moved to this different part of the United States, at one point he was, and this is like one of the great lessons my father ever told me. So when he moved to this new place, he dated somebody who was a different ethnicity from him. Now he had friends who were not of the same ethnicity as this woman, and they brought it up like, "Hey, why are you doing that? Why are you dating this person of a different race? She's we'll just say she's race X." It's like, "Why are you dating somebody who's race X?" And then she said, and then he told them, "Bro, that's not an X girl, that's a hot girl." And he pretty much just like, "Dude, are you serious?" And that's how you defeat racism. Like friggin' hell, I have a friend who showed me a screenshot of somebody on the internet, and it was a picture of AOC. You know, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the congresswoman from New York, here in the United States. And you know, she's a younger woman. She's like what, 30 something. But it was this guy going, "God, I fucking..." And so the screenshot he sent me, the guy was going, "My God, I fucking hate socialism. I hate everybody on the left. But this woman. And then it's just, the guy just starts ranting on. It's like, I wish I had the picture because I'm not going to do it justice, but it's like, I would gladly be sent to a gulag if it meant I could sniff her. It's just like, oh my God. It's like, I would, it's like I would have all my belongings seized by the state just so I could run my fingers through her hair. It's, yeah, exactly, Skyboy. It's like killing racism with horny, or it's like, or in the case of that screenshot he sent me, killing the right wing with horny. And I've seen it go the other way too, because apparently Ben Shapiro has a sister that people are really into. Yeah, and it's just the thirst is so real with some people. Darwin Supply Hub. Let's get these Aussies in here. Let's see here. Oh, you want to talk about horny? So I got a friend who likes to keep up with, he says it's leftist Twitter. Oh, it's a free-for-all now. It's a free-for-all. What? Oh, yeah, it's every Iran for itself now. Okay, we gotta pull out at Tehran.
Go, go, go.
Hold on. Okay, let's go after the socialists first, so we could just kind of keep that clear. Ooh, actually, no, maybe we should go for the Islamics. Make thirst, not war. Is there something where I could send more guns? I don't know. Let's send them artillery. What did I do to Iran? Iran did this themselves. Let's see here. The Iranian Revolutionary Alliance has collapsed further into the abyss. Oh my God. We just got cut off in Tehran. What are they doing? Jesus, that was close. Okay, Sir Devonair, look, nobody likes simping, but on the other hand, you're just trying to nuke the world rather than discuss, you know, who may or may not be hot. Come on, dude. Never go full incel, dude. Just careful, don't walk that road. What happened to the fanfics? You know what, we should get some more fanfics going. You're absolutely right. But right now we're in the middle of a war, so maybe not this moment.
Keep moving.
Okay. The DRI's capital. Yeah, I know. I need to kind of secure it. But it looks like there's nobody really down here. So I just want to take out the socialists. First off, because Wallace is the one leading the volunteers. He's like, I don't care who wins as long as it ain't those damn commies. But really, I would like to keep this, clean this corner up. Overseer USA says no. Why are you saying no? What happened? What happened? What?
Move out.
Look, you see, we're going right for Tabriz. 101, patch on my shoulder. Fine with going all half incel. Look, there's good parts of the incel ideology. The whole idea of, don't define yourself by, you shouldn't define yourself by whether you're with a woman or not. But on the other hand, you shouldn't grow to hate an entire gender because you can't get laid, bro. They're fighting each other for dominance. That reminds me of, so as many of you know, I hate the Game of Thrones television series. I stopped watching it after the 5th season, but I had friends who would tell me about it. They would complain about it, and I'd say, why are you guys watching this? And then one of them was telling me how they're... Nice, we took them out. So... Hold on. They took back Tehran. Let's kind of come down here and deal with the Shahdam, I think. So, let's see. Incel and men going their own way are two sides of the same coin. Yeah, but they have different attitudes about it. Because men going their own way, it's my understanding that movement, they still will, like, sometimes be in relationships, but they're not really emotionally attached. So that's got its own problems as well. Not that I'm super familiar with either of those moments, since I am neither an incel nor a man going his own way or whatever. But what was I talking about a second ago before that? Wait, can we push through this light infantry division? Yes. I've lost my train of thought, sorry. Beacon of Hope. Let's do the contracts first. It's just gonna take a couple of weeks here. Here we go. Come on. I usually don't like this particular color for the divisions, but it helps stick out against all the various colors that are down here. Let's see. The Great Waifu Wars cost many Twitter and other online accounts to be dead. Yeah. Connor says, Concrete History Games laid the devil 99 times in one night, so he's obviously a chat. And I'm telling you, I tried to call her up. I tried to call her afterwards, but, maybe we can work on it. We can get to the full 100. But, just wasn't, she didn't pick up. She didn't pick up that red line. Just like Wallace wasn't able to get the red line to Borman's Germany, I wasn't able to get that red line to hell to talk to the devil. And look, again, let's see, please don't start talking about Game of Thrones. Oh, yeah, the Game of Thrones thing. So this is just really quick. So, yeah, one of them was telling me that a season ended with Daenerys and she was, like, alone in the wilderness, like, in the steppes, and she was surrounded by freaking, like, all the Dothraki. And I was like, oh, she's gonna, and I'm sorry if this sounds crude, but that's just how the Dothraki are. It's like, okay, so she's gonna get run on, right? She's gonna get full-blown, train's gonna get run on her, right? And then this was in between seasons, and I was saying, do you think that they would go that dark? And then I was saying, like, the question is, on the one hand, that would be extremely controversial to film something like that on a mainstream television show. On the second hand, that show loves to be edgy instead of trying to be good. So, who knows? I think they ended up not doing that. But I do remember from when I was still watching that they showed a rape scene of Sansa, and that was like the lowest rated episode of the whole series or something. And then I remember there was like newspaper articles and magazine articles about it. Like people, there were like these political figures who were like, oh yeah, I'm not watching the show anymore because it televised a rape scene. And it was just, oh goodness. Wow, the villain did a villainous thing. And I am understanding that can maybe bring up some traumatizing memories for people. But I'm just talking about, if you want to talk from like an artistic point of view, probably was the right call to make. But the show was that was the 5th season. The whole show was going to shit anyway, and I stopped watching after that season anyway. So maybe I'm not the right person to talk about when you should or shouldn't quit a show, because I also did it. Anyway, am I Hell Taker? Let's see here. Ross Stewart says, you and I have the same exact views on Game of Thrones, CHG. Oh, well, cool. Maybe we're not so different, you and I. Yeah, but we'll stop talking about that piece of shit show anyway. Okay. Loosen some regulations. What is that? Oh, what's this? New contracts. I don't even know what that does, so... Excuse me. You guys are trying to figure out which is Gamer Iran. Gamer Iran? Are you implying that Farah is a gamer girl? Gamers hate gamer girls. She could never lead Gamer Iran. Hello there, Santiago. Greetings from Argentina. Oh, awesome. I've got Argentinian subscribers. When did you start watching me? Is it because I did some Argentinian campaigns or what? CHE says, what is my favorite anime? Ah, we actually were talking about this in detail a couple of Breath of the Wild streams ago, because I was doing this thing where I was doing the Trial of the Sword and I had to cook a lot of food, which was going to take a while. So we started talking about top 10 animes. My number 1 anime is Legend of the Galactic Heroes, easily. In fact, let me show you guys something. Let me show you something really interesting, because a lot of people don't know that I did this. And one day I need to go back and finish it. But if you go onto YouTube and you type in why you should watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes, you will see a video by a channel called Voyages in Time, right here. And I want you guys to take a listen to who's talking.
So, if that was enough to you, link to part 1 should be in the description below.
That's right. This is me, guys. I made this video.
Oh, that's not enough for some of you? And I made it.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm an enormous fan of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. And what I wanted to do with is like, and I want to do it one day before I die. I wanted to do like a series where I review and analyze every single episode of the series and some of the movies. And, like, you know, talk about historical parallels and things like that. So, yeah, I'm a huge Legend of the Galactic Heroes fan. Anyway. So that's my favorite anime. But my number 2 is one that less people know about. It's called Gungrave. So Gungrave is an anime based on a book by... hold on, let me get her name right. You'd think I would know the name of the freaking author, but she's the same one who did The Outsiders. Hold on. S.E. Hinton, that's it. Why did I think it was a C? Yeah, S.E. Hinton. So that she's the person who did the book Outsiders with Ponyboy and stuff. But freaking... Wait, we're about to kill the Islamic Republic. Nice. Okay, so I think we need to go for Iran, because you guys were saying that Imperial Iran tends to win, so we probably need to strangle them in the cradle right now. What's up? I'm getting Sing the Middle East in Flames. Let's see. How old am I? I'm in my late 20s. Like, I wasn't around when Legend of the Galactic Heroes was first airing or anything. But it's just a timeless show. So anyway, Gungrave is about, it's based on this book called That Was Then, This Is Now, which is about these two friends who live together, but they're pretty much brothers, called Brandy and Heron, and it's just their lives. And so Gungrave is about these two guys who are just like a little punk gang in Japan. And then when they beat up another gang, somebody in the other gang is, and this is only spoilers for the, like, you know, the first real episode. It's not this is like a setup. It's not spoilers. It's like the premise of the show. It's like if somebody was telling you about Full Metal Alchemist and saying, yeah, so this guy Edward, one of his arms is made of metal. It's like, oh dude, you spoiled me for the first 20 minutes of the 60 episode series. So anyway, so they're these brothers, or no, they're not brothers, they're friends, and they end up joining the mob. I'm beating leftist women's and Muslims at the same time. I'm a gamer. Let's say I watch a lot of old anime, so I thought you were a boomer. Well, most of my favorite animes are from the 21st century. Anyway, so that so Gungrave is about the two of them going, in their lives through the mafia from their different perspectives. Because one of them, Brandon, he becomes he's like the muscle guy. Yeah, he's the one who kills people in the mafia, and the other one is more of a hold on. He's like the money guy. He's the administrative kind of guy in the mafia. But that anime was 2001. Let me check that. But it's definitely not like nowadays most anime has been just completely infected by moe, at least to some degree. So yeah, Gungrave came out. Yeah, Gungrave was 2003 to 2004. Now, if you ever see it, I cannot stress this enough. You must never watch the first episode, at least not the first time you watch the show, because the first episode spoils huge moments, just really important stuff in the series later. Because the way it starts is like, you see the first episode and then it flashes back to when they were kids. But it's just the spoilers are way too big. Do I like Trigun? I don't think I saw Trigun ever. I don't think I've ever seen Trigun or Lupin the Third. Damn, Imperial Iran is a little bit strong, isn't it?
Come on, move out.
Okay, we're having some troubles here.
Orders.
Let's try coming back over here like that. Oh yeah, Indonesia's free, baby. But yeah, I think everything else in my top 10 anime list is, Gungrave's from the 21st century, but I think everything else also in my top 10 anime list is from the last 10 years. Now, I don't have either of the Full Metal Alchemists on there. I have seen the first one, and I really, really like it, but it's my understanding that Brotherhood is the definitive version, and I've not seen Brotherhood. So, it might be in my top 10. Like, if it's better than the first one was, it's hard to imagine that it wouldn't be. But my other top 10 animes, and this is in no particular order, just because I don't have the list I made in front of me, but it's basically Konosuba, Violet Evergarden, Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Darling in the Franxx, what else? Actually, I think I do have my list somewhere. Hold on. Did I ever see Digimon? Only the early seasons. Actually, I want to rewatch it, because I saw those when they were first airing when I was a kid, and I don't think I quite understood everything that was going on, like the lore with the angel mons and stuff, and then they turn into dragons. Oh yeah, so here's my other top 8 after Legend of Galactic Heroes and Gungrave. Not in any particular order. It's Gurren Lagann, Darling in the Franxx, Kill la Kill, Konosuba, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, and Violet Evergarden. In no order. So those are all, well, Evangelion was made in the 90s, but yeah, those are all in the last 10 years, I think. Although, no, Gurren Lagann was 2007, I think. So I definitely have, like, a recency bias. For sure. Oh, let's go kill this pocket. Okay. Brotherhood is 10 times better. Yeah, I've heard. Like I said, I've heard that it's like Brotherhood is the actual definitive version. Well, not counting the manga itself, of course. Now, Demon Slayer had huge... I watched Demon Slayer, which had huge freaking Full Metal Alchemist vibes. It had a lot of different shonen vibes. It was very... what do you call it? Derivative. What's this? Outdated equipment? Oh, well, there's your problem. Where's the better scout stuff? There we go. Yeah, there's your problem. But I was really liking it, and I remember when I was watching it, I thought, would I want to put Demon Slayer in my top 10 animes just as like this is like a textbook version of shonen, and that's not always a bad thing. Like, sometimes it's good to have a definitive version of something. Because it was really good, and it kept getting better and better. And then, of course, it peaked at episode 19. And then episode 20 sort of was like just cleaning up, but there were some good points. But then like, it started going into the 20s, and it just fell off a cliff. I just suddenly hated that. It's like when he meets all the other demon slayers, and I hated all their personalities. The writing just seemed to fall off a cliff. I just really turned on that show very quickly. And I think the way that I ended it is like there was the episode, it's like he sees his two friends in the hospital, and they're like, you know, they were happy because everybody's alive, and then him and his sister got the place to live, got the room, and then I went, you know what, I'm just gonna walk away from it here because I really don't like how this show's going right now. Let's see here.
Pushing them back, sir.
Manliest game is Minecraft. Animu has nothing to me. You have to see Tanya the Evil since you're a military and politics kind of guy. I've heard that. I've heard, and I might one day. I recently saw Girls in Panzer, which I really liked. I wouldn't say it's top 10, but that was just a really, really solid. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It was just a really, really, really solid anime. It was fun. The characters were engaging. You know, good writing, good battle action, like really no hang. It's harder than you think to structure a good fight, which is actually what I would say maybe my just out of my top 10 is the Hajime no Ippo collectively, but that's more of like the manga because like I've read the manga on that because I think the anime is on an indefinite hiatus because 2 of the voice actors died unfortunately. Very sad, and yet kind of fitting in a way because it's the old men. They had just finished making like their background arc, so it's all but you know, very sad to see them die. Anyway, what was I saying? Have I seen Strike Witches yet? No. I haven't really been able to watch anything else because I watch things by casting it from my phone. I don't like to sit here at the computer and watch stuff usually. That's it. We helped them win. Democratic Republic of Iran done. Boom, baby. Now what is there to do? We still have a year until the next election. I genuinely have no clue what we should do now. Foreign business ventures or something? Like, we could do stuff where we can unify the OFN, but I think it's already completely unified. Yeah, it's high. So I guess maybe we'll end the stream here. But just to finish up my thoughts on Girls in Panzer. Yeah, Girls in Panzer was great. Oh yeah, Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, Hajime no Ippo is a boxing anime and also a manga, and that guy is so good at knowing how to structure fights cuz he knows how to. First off, he has the main character lose sometimes. So, you know, there's that always possibility, but even like side character stuff, he's so good at making you sympathize with both boxers and making you think that either of them can win at even a given time. And really, as much as I like the main character of Hajime no Ippo, if I was to list my top 5 fights of Hajime no Ippo, I think the top 3 would not even involve the main character. And I think a part of that is that because he's the main character, you kind of feel that you go into every fight thinking he's going to win. Not that he always does, but it's kind of just generally assumed. But with side character fights, they can afford to lose, so to speak. So it could be really interesting. Intense. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm Conquering History Games. We're going to end the stream there. And in the next episode, we're just going to figure out what the heck kind of focuses we want to take. I guess we could explore the foreign tree. But I really thought I would have been fighting off an impeachment by now. And then when we get to 1972, let's see who we're going to elect. So, I'm going to do another live stream later on today, so keep an eye out for that. It'll probably be in the afternoon, my time, where we're going to do some Breath of the Wild, which you guys really should check it out. We have a lot of fun in those streams. So I highly encourage you guys to see them sometimes. And, of course, thank you very much for everybody who donated through the Super Chat. Greatly appreciative. You all have yourselves a wonderful day.